This is a video showing the step-by-step procedures on how to make a Christmas ornament. It is divided into three parts: the ornament body, finials, and a final assembly. The body begins by cutting hard maple into 1 1/4 by 3/4 inch strips. These strips are now cut into segments at an angle of 22 1/2 degrees and a width of 1 1/4 inches. Each segment is now sanded to remove the burr from the saw cut. These segments are now glued together using Titebond Original and then held together using hose clamps. Next, the segment discs are pressed to keep them flat. Each segment half is hollowed out to reduce weight. Then a 1/2 inch hole is drilled in the center. The two segment halves are glued together using an alignment fixture. The body is turned and sanded using a friction chuck. One 1/8 inch beads are added with a beading tool, and lines between the beads are burnt with a friction tool. "36 vertical lines are drawn on the body using an index wheel and a fixed height pencil. Using the vertical pencil lines as a guide, each line is burned in with a razor tip burning tool. Most ornaments are colored with 3 colors using India ink pens. Using a prearranged pattern, colored dots are added to the body as a guide for the final basket pattern design. Each rectangle is colored in based on the previous dot pattern. This is done in 3 steps to ensure the color saturation and that each rectangle is colored all the way to each of the edges. Each body is sprayed with semi-gloss lacquer. A block of cherry is squared up on the joiner. The block is divided into 1 inch wide strips. On the bandsaw, it is cut into 1 inch squares. On the lathe, the block is roughly turned and a 1/2 by 1/2 inch tenon is added to one end. A spacer is added over the tenon so that the finial is positioned away from the chuck so that the finial can be completely turned and finished. These scenes show the procedure for turning the lower finial. The turning procedures are the same for the upper finial. The finials are glued to the body using CA glue.